Yo, Karen, can you bring that young beat back? Big ups to Karen. Big ups to Karen.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform.
There it is.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals.
Food for your soul.
Information and plans integral to making your
Mind
mind grow.
with more growth and development.
BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
It's the Self Love Show.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. To expose and no ego. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. Wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Oh, praise due to you who are on high, baby. We back. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the hosts, guests, and are not necessarily reflective TATN or any sponsors or affiliates. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, as we call it, TATN. This is a pod where we dive extremely deep, deeper than male's hole, into the intersections of mind, body, spirit, and culture. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. First off, all praise to the ancestors, to the Most High, and last but certainly not least, my late and beloved Mama Sky. I miss you more and more every millisecond. In today's episode, we step into the liminal space where science, mysticism, and tech converge. The DMT Laser Experiment ain't just a provocative phrase. It represents a frontier of inquiry into how altered states of consciousness might interact with the hidden architecture of base reality. By examining the mechanics of this experiment, thank you, Karen, we'll begin to ask whether light itself can serve as a bridge between the neural pathways of the mind and the coded scaffolding of the cosmos and the overstanding of the consciousness. As we unpack the experiment's implications, simulation theory looms large. My co-host is a major believer in simulation theory. In fact, he rams it every chance he gets. If reality is...
I'm not a believer. No, I don't know.
All right. If reality is a programmed construct, then the DMT laser becomes more than a psychedelic metaphor. It becomes a diagnostic tool probing the seams of the simulation. What happens when consciousness, amplified by entheogens, collides with coherent beams of light designed to reveal hidden patterns? The answer may challenge our most basic assumptions about what's real, what's illusion, and what's engineered. This journey is not about definitive answers, but about opening doors, pathways. We'll explore the symbolic resonance of lasers as instruments of revelation, DMT as a key to alter perception, and simulation theory as the framework that ties them together. Along the way, we'll consider whether these experiments are glimpses into a deeper truth or simply reflections of the mind's endless capacity to generate meaning. Or are they just tripping? So, whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. The revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live in living color, and today is Tuesday, November 25, 2025. 1 month away from Xmas. Mythmas. Yeah. Christmas. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. What down, bear down, Shot Town. What you manifesting today, brother Wordsmith?
Love. Man, you know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered, unadulterated. Some say tough, some say harsh, but I can assure you it's self-love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
What's been going on in your neck of America since we last popped out, bro?
Well, I mean, you know, I like to talk about more important things, but the Bears are 8-3. You know, generally, but hey, I'm shocked. So,
How many games you had them winning this season?
I did have them winning double digits victories.
So why are you so shocked? You didn't
But
know
this
that,
at
huh?
this point,
You didn't know that. You know
especially
everything, but
when they started.
you didn't know that, huh? You believed that the Bears would win
No,
double digits,
it
but
was
you
I
didn't know it.
guessed. I guessed. No, I didn't know that.
Okay, all right,
Not at all.
all right. Well, I knew it.
Because of history and
Yeah,
how
we got a new hot, sexy new coach, bro. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
man.
With a hot,
Shit.
sexy name, smart. You know what I'm saying? Ben Johnson. You saw him
Hey,
doing it in Detroit.
this is looking a whole lot like the Vikings last year.
Well, yeah, yeah, it is. It is. And you
So
knew we had an idiot, a complete buffoon, and big ups to his
yeah,
family and everything, and to him
imbecile.
as a person. He's a nice man.
Also know if and when nails
Caleb,
hits these open people that
it's gonna be complete bum rape assault out there.
it's gonna be the sky's the complete
Yeah,
limit. Like
yeah.
you know, I'm knowing that if he can, you know, matriculate that in these games, I mean, we can win almost all these games.
Would
Like,
you trade the drop dead gorgeous Bilbo Tyson Bilbo Bajan to the Minnesota Vikings for a third round pick? I know it's within the division.
no,
No? Would you do it for a second round pick?
no, it's in the division.
Shh, I'd do it. You want to crown him? You go ahead and crown him. I'd move off Bilbo I'd move off of him for a 3 in
Yeah,
the division.
I know. Shit, no, not in the division.
You don't want to be dealing with Bilbo, huh? With that little popcorn arm. Popcorn arm.
The whole thing, he building the anticipation, and he's been with this. He's been with Ben for this time, so you know he's. I think that dude will be competent somewhere, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. Would
Even
you guys?
popcorn arm. I always said he got the popcorn arm.
Yeah. Would you guys
He's got a
trade
lot bigger.
popcorn love
He got a
Bilbo
lot
Tyson
bigger.
Bajan for a third or a second round pick to somebody in the division? Answer in the chat. I know I would. Good riddance. You can do burpees on your way out of here. You know what I mean? All right, what to expect on today's The Self Love Show? We always kick it off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. Then we got our more growth and development video. It's less than 1 minute, y'all. It's the platform that the show is standing upon. The channel is standing upon. Tattoo tyranny out there. We're going to unpack 2 very short videos of our government interacting with its citizens who pay it, right? Who pay them. And then we'll decide if we like it or if it's tyranny. We'd love to hear from all of you guys in the chat as well. And then the dome teaser. We've taken the time. Karen has taken the time to pin a riddle into the chat. You guys have until the end of the show to resolve it. All right. Brother Wordsmith usually figures it out by the end of the show. And he'll give you the answer. But if he can't figure it out, Don't worry, I've got the key, but you got to stick around to the very end.
It's the Matrix, because here comes Super Kitty.
Yeah, every show wants to be known. Big ups to Diamond. Squirt will be around here later. Squirt the pussy. Can you say squirt the pussy on YouTube? I don't know if you can. All right, and then we got
Yes, it's the pussy cat.
yeah.
Squirt the pussy cat.
It's a pussycat named Squirt. I mean. All right, and then tattoo tyranny, dome teaser, and then today's topic is how the DMT laser experiment works and its effect on simulation theory. Who many of us believe, some of us know that they don't know. Please smash that like button for us and drop some comments. We appreciate it. Repost this link. But before and then we close it out with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's when Brother Wordsmith's going to go ahead and summarize tonight's event off the top of his dome. You know what I mean? He's going to pull it out of the ether, put it through his brain, which is technically a filter for consciousness while we're in this realm. And then he's going to push it back out there in a way that we can overstand. It's a work of genius. Stick around to the very end for that.
Yes, y'all.
You got any announcements there, fella?
Like, share, subscribe, share far and wide. Also, Ancestor Echoes. Always promoted by Midwest Festivals. On December 9th, we're having Ugly Sweater canned food drive.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, December 9th, Club Lavu out there in the Heights. You know where we went when you was here? Yeah.
We saw Big Mark go out, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. And it's gonna be from 3 to midnight. It's on a Tuesday, so I'll be there in spirit.
Well, you're gonna send some cans by, aren't you?
Of course, it's my organization. But
Yeah.
I'll be there in spirit. I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, our whole organization is doing the can drive, so
Yeah, that's great, man. It's great, especially this time of year. Everybody's not up. Other people are depressed. You got this jackass in the DMV area. Well, not just him. People making a point. All those jackasses in the DMV area.
The whole system.
Yeah, the whole
call
system.
A spade. It's
to
the rooter to the tutor. It all stinks.
It all stinks. It all stinks. The two-party system stinks. I've been saying we need at least at minimum a third party. But you guys don't want to listen because many of you are just little slaves to the system that Brother Wordsmith just talked about.
Yeah, we need to wipe the system because the three parties, it would be interesting, but it would equal back the whole, lobby whole system. That's what's got to be really wiped. That somebody.
Yeah, it's got to be wiped.
Undo super financial influence on what's going to be done or how the laws.
Corporations are not real people.
Oh my God.
What's next? AI is real people and they get to vote.
Oh, that's going to be, yes. That's coming.
Wow.
If it goes how their plan wants, but their plans fail all the time. They never get all the way actualized.
Yeah. Because either there's a big flood or there's a big flood when the Goyim stand up and start burning things down and snatching people out of their homes. The big fancy homes. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Stop the violence. Make sure you're getting your health checkup. You know what I'm saying? Save your teethus. Go to the dentist. You only get one set of well, you get 2 sets, but once you're an adult, that's it, as far as I know. There's some of you guys, man, that third row of teeth back there. Pick ups to all you third row teethers out there. You know what I mean? Probably descendants of the Nephilim, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, that's all I got. Anybody in the chat who might know anything? Do you guys think this is a simulation? Is this a simulation? Do we have any scientists out there? Any philosophers? Any
Science.
meditators? Anybody who goes deep into their consciousness. We'd like to hear from you, as Brother Wordsmith is typed in there. This is interactive. Big ups to Midwest Festivals presents
Oh, damn,
Ancestral.
that's right. Echoes.
Yeah, presents Ancestral Echoes, and that's an annual glamping house music festival. You get some of the greatest DJs in the Midwest area, past, present, future. They pop out for a weekend event. You come out there. You can bring your own, camper, your own trailer, or you can partner with a company and have them drop ship it for you. They have tents available. Come out there and bring your shenanigans, your unmentionables, your own food, things like that. Plenty of water, plenty of porta potties, great people. Come out there and vibe. It's growing. The only thing we say is you're going to have the time of your life, but to do that, you've got to be there.
You gotta be there.
Gotta be there.
Be there. Morning to
What's that, Michael
see
Jackson?
what man. I think it was a Jackson 5, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that. All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, big ups Tay Mills Aesthetics.
Oh yeah.
If you're in need of a multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro, licensed, bonded, fully insured, and you find yourself in sunny Southern California, reach out to Tay Mills Aesthetics. That information has just been dropped into the chat. www.taymills with a Z aesthetics.com. Last but not least, you might need some swag on a shirt. Or you want to get juicy on your sweatpants on the bum. You know what I mean? Then you go ahead and reach out to Bella B. You reach out to Bella B. I don't know if you can get juicy on the bum because it might be a contractual copyright trademark situation there. But reach out to Bella B at designs365@gmail.com. She's doing great work out there. These companies are all copper colored, owned, operated. Last but not least, gym recovery. The snows are coming. You're out there driving around Chicago and you're not paying attention. You're texting. Boom, you hit a mother of all potholes. Bam. You messed up not only just the tire, but the rim, God forbid. Well, you're going to have to get that thing towed before you ruin even more. You reach out to Gym Recovery. Gym Recovery is going to pull up in the top of the line tow truck, flatbed. That way he's not ruining your stuff. He's been in the business a super long time, very professional, fast, get you out of there before Pookie and Ray Ray could drop your location on your car and put a Apple homing device on your car and steal it the next morning. All right, big ups to Gym Recovery, big ups to Pookie, Ray Ray, and the Venezuelans. All right, enough of my yapping. Big ups to all the sponsors. We'll turn it over to Brother Wordsmith so he can take care of his business.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. As always, we have a very important video. The Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. That which is below is like that which is above. And that which is above is like that which is below. To accomplish this, the miracles of the one thing. Let's rewind that, bring that back. That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below, to accomplish the miracles of the one thing. The Emerald Tablet of Hermes.
Yeah, Hermes Trismegistus, three times great. Yeah, and you solved the riddle, bro, in our personal chat.
For sure. And the more growth and development video is coming now.
What's going on here, Karen?
Don't know why it stopped.
Yeah, we can't hear it anyway. Y'all, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building. The DMT Laser Experiment, how it works. That's what we own. Come back and forth.
Silverback. Number 2, Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silverback. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. Number 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Close in again.
Number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts, actual facts. And if you missed out on last week's show, Psyopology 101, I might add, scoring major events versus the NCI reality scoring system. We use the psyopometer out there.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's information alert. I suggest you go check it out. No doubt you will be edutained and completely informed.
Yeah, that's NCI psyopometer. You can use that within your corporations, your family. Is this a psyop? You know what I mean? Somebody holds a big meeting and says, "Hey, no more messing around with the sweethearts." Wait a minute. You run it down through the psyopometer. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, wait a second here. This sounds like a psyop.
Yeah, because the very people that's trying to enforce the law is the one that's breaking every rule of it.
Yeah. Some people were butthurt because they follow the rules, but not yours truly. Never believed a word of that shit from the beginning. I was laughing from the very start. Yeah. Psyopometer. All right, y'all. It can be used in many, many, many uses. That's all we're saying. All right, we got a warm-up poll question here. It's not related to the topic for a change. Will the Bears make the playoffs? That's our poll today. It's quite simple. Will the Bears make the playoffs? Now, so far, your options are you kidding me? Playoffs? Are you kidding me? So that's no. Yeah, playoffs. Yeah. We'll be lucky to just win it another game. And then your second option is absolutely bear down, which is yes. Your third option is unsure. I'm rubbing my bum on the fence. You know, like a dog when they got worms back there and and they're scooching. Yeah. I'm rubbing my bum on the fence out there. You're trying to get the dog. Come on, let's go. It's cold out here. That dog's like, I'm getting this worm out of there. Get your dogs dewormed. We just dropped that poll link into the chat. Brother Wordsmith and I will let you know what we rode with. Last time I checked, 100% of the homers said that the Bears are making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I would think the homers would be on board for that. Cause,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the way it's going, I mean, you know, these turnovers and all that's looking, you know,
Tell you what.
Look like the ding donk year.
And Jalen Johnson and Gordon's coming back. Look, listen, if we beat Philly on Friday, the defending Super Bowl champs, I'm going from make the playoffs to NFC Championship game. We go up there on the road on a short week and beat Philly in Philly.
Let me tell you something. If Caleb Nails comes out there and hits everybody that's open, we will beat everybody. Like real talk.
Oh, Mouthpiece, they did a Fred Sanford for Nails. Oh, man. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, he did the Fred Sanford. I agree, though, Self. Hey, we digress. This isn't a sports chat. Y'all can pop out on Sunday on Mouthpiece Included. We dropped the link in the chat, and it's free for all. Anybody can pop up and excrete their excrement.
Better be careful, though.
Yeah. All right. How the DMT Laser Experiment works and its effect on simulation theory. Before we get there, did you see? We had a juicy Karen.
What?
Juicy, got you crazy. Drop dead gorgeous. Inside edition, y'all. Fair use. Yeah, did you see it? Juicy Karen?
I'm sure I did.
Juicy's got them crazy.
You know, I'll stay unplugged for the most part. Uh-oh. I hope this is the juicy.
The images are shocking. A woman with an anti-Trump message carved into her torso, slashed all over her body and face. She claimed she was the victim of a politically motivated attack. Now, the FBI says it was all just an elaborate hoax. Stephen Fabian has the details.
She's a law student, too.
Images are intense.
They are horrific images. A woman's body is covered with slashes, red with blood. The glamorous woman told cops she was attacked by 3 men who hate President Trump. Written on her stomach with what looks like a Sharpie, terrible words, Trump whore. On her back, Van Drew is racist. The woman worked for Congressman Jeff Van Drew, a Republican from New Jersey. She's been identified as 26-year-old Natalie Green. She's also a student at Rutgers Law School. Authorities say they received a 911 call from Green and another woman saying she'd been attacked here at the Egg Harbor Nature Reserve in New Jersey. Now, Green told the 911 operator that 3 men approached them around 10 p.m., carved the slashes into her body with a scalpel, and then left her restrained with zip ties. This is an image from body cam footage after officers arrived on the scene. Green's arms are tied behind her back, and her feet also zip-tied. Now, a shocking twist. Police say it was all a hoax. Her story began to unravel after questioning by the FBI. Authorities say Green paid a body artist $500 to cut her body with a scalpel. Court papers say she drew this image and told him exactly what she wanted him to do. Now, she's charged with making false statements to federal law enforcement.
The Congressman Natalie Green worked for sent us a message saying he hopes she's getting the help she needs.
All right. Flat out pulled a juicy Smollett.
Wow.
Flat out. A juicy Smollett.
Worse than Juicy Smollett. This is contrived, and I don't know. I actually didn't think she was gonna get caught. How does she send these images to the artist?
No, she went and had that scraped in by an artist.
Yeah, but she sent the image to him what she wanted. So FBI
Well, she
was
just
like,
went there and showed him the image. She probably had the image with her. You have to carve it into her. It's like when you go to a tattoo, you got your picture with you. You don't have to send it necessarily.
I think she did, because they showed the image that they said the image that she sent the dude, and the FBI had it. At least that's the way they presented it in what we just saw, or what I thought I saw. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, how did she think she was gonna get away with it with somebody who actually did the work?
Well, if it was no reason for anybody to go to the tattoo artist or whoever the artist was, then it wouldn't be. So I
She
don't know
didn't
how
think he
he
was
got
gonna hear
connected.
about it and be like, "Damn, that bitch lying," and now she's making me a accessory to the crime.
No, I think it was probably more that she sent him the image that what she wanted, and they found what she sent to him. So that
All
brought
they
him
said was she
implicated.
crumbled under FBI's questioning. They didn't say anything about FBI found an image she sent to this dude. This is all what you're coming out of your head, what you're speculating.
What was the image, and where did they find the image?
That was an image of her. The work was already done. That was her picture. That was a picture of her. But the FBI took the picture.
It was a picture after, but they said they sent. It was an image that was before. It was an image that was before. Maybe she had it and didn't send it to him or whatever, and showed him or whatever. But
Okay. Oh, did I miss that?
because it was the image of her, and they said that she, yeah.
The images are shocking. A woman with an anti-Trump message carved into her torso, slashed all over her body and face.
This is her body.
She claims
Yes,
she was the
that part.
victim of a politically motivated attack. Now the FBI says it was all just an elaborate hoax. Stephen Fabian has the details, and we want to warn you, these images are intense.
They are horrific images. A woman's body is covered with slashes, red with blood. The glamorous woman told cops she was attacked by 3 men who hate President Trump. Written on her stomach with what looks like a Sharpie, the terrible words, "Trump whore." On her back, "Van Drew is racist." The woman worked for Congressman Jeff Van Drew, a Republican from New Jersey. She's been identified as 26-year-old Natalie Green. She's also a student at Rutgers Law School. Authorities say they received a 911 call from Green and another woman saying she'd been attacked here at the Egg Harbor Nature Reserve in New Jersey. Now, Green told the 911 operator that 3 men approached them around 10 p.m., carved the slashes into her body with a scalpel, and then left her restrained with zip ties. This is an image from body cam footage after officers arrived on the scene. Green's arms are tied behind her back, and her feet also zip-tied. Now, a shocking twist. Police say it was all a hoax. Her story began to unravel after questioning by the FBI. Authorities say Green paid a body artist $500 to cut her body with a scalpel. Court papers say she drew this image and told him exactly what she wanted him to do. Now she's charged with making false statements to federal law enforcement.
Yeah, she drew this image and told him exactly what she wanted him to do.
Right.
So it seems like
She told on herself.
typically that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But she could have sent it. But as a law student,
court papers say she drew this image and told him exactly what body artist $500 unravel after questioning by the FBI.
So the body
Authorities
artist
say
probably
Green
wasn't
paid
even
a body
involved
artist
in it.
$500 to cut her body with a scalpel. Court papers say she drew this image and told him exactly what she wanted him to do.
She could've sent
Now
it.
she's charged with making false statements to federal law enforcement.
But she crumbled under. She crumbled talking to the feds. She should have just lawyered up, and you'd think a law student would know that.
Someone so brain damaged that
To do all of that,
yeah,
to get mutilated and blame Trump, anti-Trumpers for doing that.
brain damage to go, because that wasn't her idea. Somebody talked her into that.
Probably that girl that was with her. And why isn't that girl arrested? She should be an accomplice.
Hey, well, hey. A lot of madness out here, bro.
Yeah, but maybe she thought she was gonna meet Trump, and maybe Donald Trump a partner, and then invite her to the White House. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Nothing at this point in the simulation will shock me, because this has been asinine. This last 9 months or so, I can't fathom some of the things that has occurred.
I know.
And just be like, wow, really?
The 3A Atlas should be the news of the year, but it's a blip on the.
No, it's only been said anything about it is because they have to let us know something about what's going on. So, and then they push it way back away, and
Yeah, and you got a lot of amateur astronomers looking at the sky watching.
It destroys the whole gravity theory.
All right, how the DMT laser experiment works and its effect on simulation theory. Y'all hit that like button for us. We got one more, bro. Shrooms and keys.
Okay, let's see.
Bionic and the Wires. This is on their channel. Fair use. They got the mushroom playing the keyboard.
Shit, I wouldn't doubt it.
Looks alien, don't it?
Yeah. Looks AI, I'm not sure.
I dug into this. This ain't AI. There go the shroom right there.
Yeah, I got to do way more research to
You got the crows in the background making background music.
get on the back. The mushroom is the star of the show. It's all set up, bro. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny.
I wonder if that's a mushroom, one of the ones with the entheogens in it.
Yeah, one that's like in my yard. Oh, okay, so yeah. Oh, I thought that was the end of it.
Yeah, I mean they explained it on another video. I thought that was the one that explained it.
Yeah, they explain a whole bunch of stuff a lot. You know what I mean? That don't mean much to what I'm talking about, because there's some crapless behavior out there. It's programming all over the place out there.
Okay.
Oh man, a quick shout out to my aunt, man. She sent me some of my genealogy records. Y'all can't see that, but on some records that I didn't know I could get access to because I didn't have the names.
Mhm.
Woo!
Yeah, man, they just talking about got to do that research, y'all. While you
Man.
still got your ancestors, you know.
Man, they gone, but they got a trail because they are the
Well, while you still got your elders.
Choctaw.
Okay, using mushroom bioelectric signals to trigger notes. Mushrooms naturally produce small electrical impulses. With
No doubt.
electrodes, you can measure these fluctuations and convert them into MIDI signals that trigger a digital keyboard or synthesizer. How it works: attach electrodes to a mushroom, which you just saw, use an amplifier and microcontroller to read voltage changes, map changes in voltage to MIDI notes, values, or control parameters, send that to a keyboard or a synth. It plays notes generated by the mushroom. A mushroom or any object can play a keyboard with capacitive touch sensors, pressure sensors, moisture humidity sensors. Touching or squeezing a mushroom changes the sensor values, triggers keyboard sounds. This is more like you touch the mushroom plays a sound.
Right. So it's not exactly what they tried to process and show us there.
What are you talking about? It changes the sensor values, but you don't have to touch it. You don't have to squeeze it. It says attach electrodes to a mushroom, use an amplifier, map changes, and send that to a keyboard synth. It plays notes generated by the mushroom. Then there's sensor-based interaction. Mechanical humor. If you mean literally, a mushroom cannot physically play a keyboard, no hands, no nerves. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what this means. I mean, it's we all have a what do you call it? Frequency. Everything's vibration.
No doubt.
So it's saying everything produces small electrical impulses. And with these,
it
what's
could be
that?
sound, but I don't. Yeah, everything produces a frequency. Everything is frequency, so everything is sound. I mean, that is base sound, light, or hyper frequencies and super sub frequencies, which still are all sound. Light is sound. So yeah, was it producing that sound? Was my issue.
Says with the electrodes, you could measure these fluctuations and
Yeah.
convert the fluctuations into MIDI signals that
MIDI
triggered
signals.
the digital keyboard or synthesizer.
That's definitely plausible and possible, but it didn't make that sound, that musical sound and the whole musical thing that happened in the video is my question.
Well, if it's playing different notes, I mean, it wasn't very musical. It was just a bunch of different random notes.
I didn't hear nothing random. Maybe I'm again disillusioned or something. I mean, if you play it, I don't think they were.
It wasn't a song. It had a harmony to it.
I don't know about a harmony, but there was a rhythm to it.
But yeah. They got an echo on it.
Yeah. Partially also why I was saying is
Well, it's a synthesizer. They probably just put it in echo mode.
it's MIDI. You're saying it's MIDI. All of this could be playing that aside from the electrodes, so-called electrodes being put in
All
there.
right, you're a skeptic. All right, we have nothing to talk about here. You're going to be
Yeah.
skeptical. We try to have a conversation. You shut everything down, and so we'll move
I
past it.
didn't shut everything down, but I shut it down from the beginning. I said I
Right,
didn't.
that's what I'm saying.
Right. So,
Yeah, but you got to look into it.
no,
I don't.
I didn't. I didn't say that it couldn't be played by that. I just challenged that. That seems,
Well, you said it was AI
yeah, from
at the
jump.
beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. How the DMT laser experiment works and its effect on simulation theory. All right, y'all. Let's get to the dome teaser. All right. Brother Wordsmith has already solved it. He'll give you the key at the end if you can't matriculate. A beam that bends the unseen code through mind's prism, the patterns explode. Is it light or is it dream that proves the world's a scripted scheme? A beam that bends the unseen code through mind's prism, the patterns explode. Is it light or is it dream that proves the world's a scripted scheme? If you think you know the key, type it into the comments. We'll let you know if you're right, wrong, or indifferent. All right, Brother Wordsmith, enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, Karen, we got a video for the people, and then we can jump on topic. Yeah, I'd like to do some shrooms and play the keyboard with that damn mushroom.
That was an awesome beat. Shit. Nice descriptors. AI could produce that very easily. But I'm not saying that that's the case. I mean, like, I know everything holds a frequency, everything, but a frequency is not something that usually fluctuates and plays a rhythm like that. So, I mean,
And so I guess all these scientists doing these experiments are just making all that up for no reason. Like, why would they want to do such a thing? What would be the motivation?
To distract and have people going in the wrong direction and not
So everything from
know
this
their
day
power.
forward that we see is going to be AI.
No.
We just chalk it up to AI.
No. We have discernment, and I do. You personally know I have discernment. So, as I know, you have discernment as well. So, sometimes it supersedes mine, but this very first thing my discernment said when I saw it the first second was off. And I still watched. And it's just my opinion. Long and short of it.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to get into more of the experiment. It's the whole reason of science. Science is supposed to circumvent your opinion. It's supposed to supersede your opinion when they're giving you the data and the analysis and telling you how they're doing it. But I guess unless you're in there actually doing the experiment personally yourself, you can't trust any of it. You're going to discount all of it.
Well, I mean, if there are people involved that's discountable, yeah. Like there are people that like Falsey. Like if he's involved in something, I'm gonna after these couple of situations that he's been major guy involved in. Yeah. He's falsy to me.
Yeah. All right. Let it rip, Karen. Let it rip. Big ups to Karen.
Have you seen the DMT experiment with the laser?
I have seen it on Instagram and I heard you and Danny talking about it. So you've done it.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram and flew Danny to my house right away.
Like, break this down for people because it got shared amongst my group and it's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. And that's the only question you're still going to have after you see it.
It doesn't answer any questions. It just invites a lot more.
Yeah, nothing else. There's code. Absolutely, there is code.
So the code's not like spinning there. It's like, it's literally like kind of written out static.
I don't trust men who
It's
sit
static.
there with their legs
I can move
crossed.
the laser up and down and see all of the letters. But it's like three-dimensional, so I can get
couldn't
close to the
understand
wall.
you. The audio.
I can look down
Video's
inside
loud.
of the
What'd you
laser
say?
that way, and I can look up in the laser that way.
What's your best guess at explaining that?
I would be a fool.
Okay. We can just leave it at that.
Maybe it's a universal consciousness that we're
I
projecting
can't hear you at
something
all.
onto
What'd
it.
you say, man?
Moses fleeing the people
Uh.
from Pharaoh.
I was saying I don't trust any man. Both those men sitting there with their legs crossed talking to each other.
Well,
I don't trust men who sit with their legs crossed.
don't truly trust anyone that looks like those people. Sorry. That I don't.
What you say?
So I don't really truly trust anyone that looks like those people.
All right. Entheogens and DMT. That's where we starting, y'all. So what is an entheogen?
Ethnogen. Very interesting. It's a hallucinogen. Wait a minute. Am I in the right area?
Yeah. A psychoactive substance,
Yeah.
often derived from plants or fungi, used in spiritual, religious, or ritual contexts to induce altered states of consciousness. The term comes from the Greek root meaning generating the divine within, highlighting its role in mystical or visionary experiences.
So what was it originally called?
Good question. Greek roots.
Yeah, if it was Greek roots, then it was called something.
Yeah, and you know that
They changed
Indians
the
had their
name.
own term for it.
Yeah, peyote.
Maybe they just called it by the plant name.
Psilocybin, mushrooms.
Yeah, maybe they just called it by the plant.
Ayahuasca. Shit, ayahuasca was two different plants, and these other ones were too. It was two different plants put together that made this result.
Yeah, different tribes had their own names for their sacred psychoactive plants. There's no single pan-Indian word for entheogen and entheogen. Instead, each plant or sacrament had its own traditional name, which is why I said, and cultural role.
Yeah.
Peyote,
I agree. Yeah, peyote.
Lophophora Williams, like the last name Williams, and it's got two eyes. Huichol or Hikuri, Ramuri, Hikuli. These almost sound Japanese. Navajo. Okay, I see. The Huicho tribe called it Hikuri.
Yeah.
The Raramuri called it Hukuli for peyote, And the Navajo called it Azi Talal,
Yeah, we say
medicine that makes you see.
psilocybin, peyote, um, DMT. Yeah, the other names.
Yeah, but no, I'm still
Ayahuasca.
talking about what the Indians called it.
Then those all are names that the Indians called it. It was
They didn't call nothing DMT. That's a scientific name.
well DMT. Yeah, you're right. But about that.
Ayahuasca used mainly in South America, not North America. Quechua, ayahuasca, vine of the dead spirits. So, wow. So, medicine that makes you see and vine of the dead spirits. You're asking what they call it. Medicine that makes you see and vine of the dead spirits. Wow. We got to get some ayahuasca out there to Ancestral Echoes. Get one of them hands.
Absolutely.
You know?
The first one, first one was the second one. My ship, Willie, he went to in the South and went to he had a couple of ayahuasca ceremonies before that. Like
You went to Peru?
days, huh?
Peru?
No, in America. It's some
Oh, down in the dirty. Yeah.
it's a couple yeah. They
Shamans
got
down there.
I don't want to call them shamans. They made it a religious practice. It's some it's not even the shamans that's doing it. It's Caucasian. They made it a religious practice so that they can practice it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I mean, Willie my ship went to do it, so it's, he
Yeah.
felt comfortable enough to work with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was in the States. You didn't have to go out of the country to have an experience.
Right. And since they made it a religious thing, that's how they're able to get around the illegality of it.
Yeah.
Often individual plants with the brew were named separately. To your point, psilocybin or the shrooms, Mazatec, Mexico, Niños Santos. Wow. They call the shrooms, that means holy children.
Yes.
Wow. Or little ones that spring forth. And you're trying to tell me these holy children can't play a keyboard. Tobacco used ceremonially.
No. They operate at a frequency, but I don't think it fluctuates like someone playing a keyboard. That's just me.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm right a lot, and I'm wrong a lot too. So,
all right. Tobacco used ceremonially and psychoactively in high doses. I'm not sure about that. Somebody with y'all was telling me that the tobacco was different.
Oh, way different. Because it wasn't just the tobacco.
It was a spliff.
It was a spliff, and it wasn't just herb. It was tobacco, herb. It was
mushrooms, DMT.
Well, mushrooms, I don't know about smoking mushrooms, but the sources of DMT, sources of all these herbs that we used to heal everything, ourselves, the land, everything.
And the trauma, all this stuff is good to end PTSD and all of that. So if you had bad experiences or you messed up in a war, these things are being proven now. These entheogens, whatever you call them, are being proven now to help people deal with that stuff, bro.
More than deal with it. The ayahuasca stops you from being in an eternal loop.
Yeah.
The drugs and all that.
You know what? After pledging self, we should have had one of these ceremonies.
Ayahuasca, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I need one now, bro. I think I'm
yeah, man. We should go down to Peru, man.
Gonna line one up.
Yeah, we should go to Peru, bro.
Is it Peru? I don't know if it's Peru. I gotta.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you, we should do that, bro. Take a guide trip down to Peru, man. And then we can get some footage and put it on the channel.
Is it Peru?
Yeah, that's one place. Okay. I don't know what else you're thinking about.
I'm trying. There's somewhere I'm thinking of that. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. We need to do that.
Yeah, yeah, man, we gotta do that, bro. Because we both need that. So yeah, it's a psychoactive substance, entheogen, derived from plants, fungi, used in spiritual, religious, or ritual contexts to induce states of consciousness. The term comes from the Greek roots meaning generating the divine within, highlighting its role in mystical or visionary experiences. Now, you mentioned DMT. How does DMT fit into this category?
Well, from I'm not experienced it myself. From uh,
They got that
firsthand
floating around LA,
witnesses.
bro.
Oh, it's everywhere.
I haven't come up with it though.
Yeah, I don't know. I trust
I
anyone,
know, especially
but
in LA, right? Yeah, it's true.
or anywhere. Shit.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? So that's a whole nother thing. But it is a substance, so-called hallucinogen, which helps you bypass um
Your logic brain
no, the whole matrix, the whole system. It lets you see.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, it pulls the veil. See the foundation, the whole system. It's like Truman Show when he gets to the door to leave.
Mm-hmm. Dimethyl dimethyltryptamine.
Tryptamine. Yep, tryptamine.
DMT. Dimethyl.
Tryptamine.
Run DMT be a nice rap name. I wonder if they'd sue me.
How could it?
McDonald's.
What was that motherfucker name that made Eat It and all that shit?
Yeah, he was always involved in lawsuits.
No,
Weird
Weird
Al
Al
Yankovic.
Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic.
No, he came with the parody principle and he got the role.
Yeah, he was always under litigation.
Yeah, no, that went away. All of it went away because, I mean, it was a parody. That's constitutional. You know, it's First Amendment, and he was in litigation, but not really.
All right. It's considered one of the most powerful DMT is entheogens. It occurs naturally in many plants and animals and has been used for centuries in Amazonian rituals, especially in the ayahuasca brew. DMT produces intense visual and sensory experiences, often described as encounters with the otherworldly. Realms recovered. DMT is the cosmic spark plug, igniting the engine of visionary realms. It is the entheogen, most often described as opening portals to alien architectures and Atlantean libraries. DMT is the coherent pulse, short, intense, and capable of carving patterns into the void. Wow.
It is a natural occurring uh, entity within the melanated, copper colored American Indian and can be achieved by
Meditation.
yes. I mean, focus. I'll say focus and meditation because now to meditate, we got to focus. So back at a point, we did not have to focus to achieve this uh, ability. Honestly, now we're at the lowest point of the godship or God state. Before it's going to with start on the process of elevation with at this time, and our group being here, and the great elevation from the beings that are being processed into this realm and simulation to elevate, because we're at the pit hell.
What do you mean? We're in hell right now?
As far as the cyclical nature of the simulation, or base reality, as you call it, yes. There's some of the worst shit going on that happens in this realm.
Karen pulled, she said, Weird Al sued Sony for not being paid. They eventually settled, but he has not been successfully sued over his parodies. To your point, he has a well-known practice of requesting permission from the original artist before releasing the parodies, even though legally many of his works would likely be protected under the fair use doctrine. That's fair use. But YouTube is all up our ass over nonsense.
I told you. That's the whole thing. But you know what? He had some backing, some financial backing that said, "Hey."
Well, he's ish people. You're right. He had some big Sony behind him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had financial backing.
Yeah.
Say, "Hey, this is fair use."
Wow. Wow, that's fair use. How's that for educational purposes?
Well, yeah, educational or
entertainment.
Yes, and that's what it is. Those three that we stated, you stated two of them. Yes.
What the fuck out of here?
They set up the whole system, bro. That's why it's got all crashed. Because the fake is been elevated to the top of the food chain.
100%. It has. The inauthentic. That's true. All right, we got a video for y'all as we push forward. Oh, nobody can see this. Karen.
You look down like a hallway.
There he goes.
You end up in this place. It's kind of like a palace. You can kind of like move through it. You look down like a hallway, and there'll be like millions of other hallways to look at.
This
The
DMT.
walls are like pink, but they're not pink. They're all the colors that you can think of, kind of changing. And it's always something that I'm always kind of like, I don't know if I should be looking over there anyways. Like there's some cooler over here that is probably
That
not
dude
gonna like
travels the
scare me.
world.
Because there's weird in there.
Doing
There's like weird rooms where
hallucinogens.
there'll be like canals filled with water. And the water, you look at it, it's just, there's like a sea monkey heaven or something in there. And they're all just like shooting around. And like the face from the Anonymous guys, do you know who I'm talking about?
Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, but extra smiley, like he's smiling his brains out. And he's in there, he's like part of the wall or something. Or like the floor will be missing and there'll be outer space.
What were you saying?
I've been told that
I got lost into the video. The whole thing is, it's what you think about most will occur in this simulation. And I know Nine doesn't quite, no, he doesn't agree with it at all. He's base reality. And I can see his point of view, but the fact that I'm still here after what happened to me, it's got to be a simulation, because I mean, I was determined to be here no matter what had happened to me. Like, I knew the consequences of what had happened to me, and when I felt.
But for those who might know, what happened to you? Who might not know?
Oh yeah, on January 12th, 2014, I had an immaculate day. I had an amazing day. I mean, if it had been my last, it might have been a blast. I could have been like, okay. We had finished the set. We were working on the summer thing. I was assistant technical director at Moraine Valley.
That's Moron Valley, everybody. Go ahead. That's what we call it at Eisenhower. You gonna go to Moron Valley if you don't get your shit together.
That's funny as hell. And then one of my buddies was playing that night, and man, they got down with the get down. I was on the west side. Man, motherfucking, it was amazing. And I left there, and I was feeling really good, so everybody know. And I went because one of my sayings, Will Dunn was spinning at Murphy's. It was called Murphy's at the time. It's called Blacks now. But I went through there, kicked it with him for an hour and a half, and I was really, really, really feeling good. And I went home, and it was probably about 2 something. I was sitting in the house, and my homie called me and said, "Hey man, come outside. We, hanging with this young lady, and yeah, come on out here. She want to see you, whatever, So 2, 3 in the morning, we outside. Outside. Chilling, kicking it, living life, being me, doing what we do, kicking it, super, super duper duper, feeling wonderful. And then it came on. Someone pulled up outside and said, "Hey, fuck that bitch. I'm tired of that bitch. I'm about to go down there and shed." He got tired and went down the street and did something to somebody, whatever. He came back, he got in the car, hurried, and drove off. And not long after, somebody hit me and ran me over and left me in the street. 19 days later.
It was a female, I might add.
Oh yeah. Thought that I was the dude that just did whatever he did. I was in the hospital in, intensive care for 9 days, in the hospital totally 19 days. And, I passed away, really, and I had a conversation with the creator because my son was the same age I was when my father passed away, and I could not have that.
Your son Uriel, who took Enoch to have a conversation with the creator
all the time. Why I named him that? It's amazing, man. Love, honor, respect.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing. You still here, you know what I'm saying?
My work
You end up in
wasn't
this
done.
place.
It's a time I could have left, but my work wasn't done all the way because
Yeah, but you're saying that was a simulation? Why does it have to be a simulation? How come it can't just be
that's proof it's a simulation. I was able to come back.
To talk to the creator? Was he sitting behind a little keyboard typing like, I'm programming you?
No, it was that I was able to, because it wasn't, I say I was able, but I decided.
Yeah, if it was a simulation, you wouldn't have been able to decide. You would have, in my mind, if the program said, "Hey, look, you out of here, you out of here."
No, it's a simulation.
That's the way my programs work. If I'm playing a
No.
video game, the guy when I'm playing Madden, that guy can't just decide. I call a run play. He can't just, I decided I'm going to pass the ball. You can't do that.
Yeah, if I'm a writer of the simulation, then I definitely can. And I know that I am. So I know that's why I'm here. You know, I ain't just playing the game. I'm a owner and writer, as you are.
All right. How is DMT produced in nature and in practice?
You know, AI is beyond some shit. It's a naturally occurring thing in all of us. It's
Yeah, they say it comes out when you die too. See, you were probably having the DMT high when you died.
yeah, I mean, it's if you know how to use it, high earners, high
Michael Jordan.
achievers, high earners, they know how to use it. They came here to use most of it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a learned behavior.
So it's found in plants such as Mimosa hostilis, root bark, and Psychotria vendus leaves. Traditionally, it is extracted through processes like acid base extraction or brewed into ayahuasca with the Banisteriopsis caapi vine, which contains MAO inhibitors that make oral DMT active. In labs, DMT can also be synthesized using chemical reactions involving endo and dimethyline recovered. DMT floods the brain's serotonin receptors, especially 5-HT2A, like a laser striking a holographic plate. The result, fractal visions, ego dissolution. A lot of them talk about the ego dissolution.
Yeah,
And
that's
sense of
important.
downloading alien data streams. It's as if the brain becomes a diffraction, grading, scattering consciousness into multidimensional patterns. DMT.
Know that DMT is a naturally occurring in this vehicle that we have, and can be enhanced by outside influences as well as meditation. These vehicles are amazing, and we can do amazing things within them. The people that's running this situation at this time are put major disruptors and um, um, uh, make you look the wrong way, look at the wrong thing, be worried about the wrong thing to advance your spirit and soul. Distractions.
Yeah. And it interacts, as mentioned, with serotonin receptors, especially the 5-HT2A, which are linked to perception, mood, and consciousness. This receptor actively produces vivid hallucinations, ego dissolution, and altered sensory input. It's rapid onset and short duration, 5 to 15 minutes, when smoked or injected. Well, I won't be injecting anything. When smoked or injected, make it unique among all the psychedelics. So, if you've ever done acid, it's forever. Shrooms last a little while.
I mean, is it causing delusion or is it revealing the veil? Is it just yanking the veil away?
Yeah, that's the question.
I mean, so even how I mean, I'm just asking a question. How can it be base reality if the veil can be yanked away? I'm asking you. That's part of my whole problem with the base reality. If there's a veil that can be yanked away, how can it be base reality?
Because that's what the base reality is. It's the Wizard of Oz. That wasn't a simulation. The show The Wizard of Oz wasn't a simulation.
No,
There's still a heaven or a hell. There's still another side. There's still other realms
Wizard
of
of
base
Oz
reality. Doesn't mean it's a computer simulation, bro.
It doesn't, but
Doesn't
Wizard
mean
of
this is
Oz
code.
was a complete fallacy. It was fake and not.
But it wasn't computer code. This is what simulation theory is.
It was technology though, which is the computer code and all of this is similar. I mean,
yeah, they said it's a program.
Oh man, all this shit has been programmed, bro. Just in my humble opinion, and I know you don't feel the same, so circular discussion. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, it's conversation about consciousness and free will. If it's all programmed, then
see the whole thing about free will. If you
you're saying you wrote the program.
Hold on. If you are programmed, if you are in a program, then free will is you following the program. It's that's the whole conversation is circular in nature.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea that reality might be an artificial simulation has multiple origins across history, philosophy, and modern computing. Plato, 380 BCE, Allegory of the Cave. Humans mistake shadows on the wall for true reality. Early version of perceived reality might be fake. Hindu philosophy, Maya, the world as illusion or cosmic projection, a proto simulation concept where physical reality is not ultimately real. Zhuangzi, 4th century BCE, China. The butterfly dream raises the question of whether we can know what is real. Rene Descartes, 1641, Evil Demon Thought Experiment, suggests all sensory experience could be artificially generated. This is structurally similar to simulation theory, just without computers. Alan Turing, Claude Shannon, in 1940s and 50s. Theoretical computer science introduced that reality can be modeled computationally. Philip K. Dick often wrote about artificial realities and false worlds. In 1977, he explicitly claimed that we are living in a computer programmed reality. The Matrix, not the origin, but a cultural catalyst that popularized the concept. Nick Bostrom's civilizations go extinct before reaching planet simulating capability. Advanced civilizations don't run ancestor simulations. advanced civilizations don't run ancestor simulations. We are almost certainly living in a simulation. This argument gave simulation theory a rigorous structure, probabilistic reasoning, philosophical legitimacy. Tech influence, virtual reality, AI, physics, quantum information theories.
Man, it's some of the things that happen in our reality don't make any sense at all. It seems like it's someone in charge that's typing in some random shit at times. Like some shit that don't make no logical sense, that don't make any sense.
Any sense according to who? According to what you've been told and your
Yeah,
understanding.
according to advancement and decline.
For example,
that they are saying and telling us that this is the most technologically advanced that it's ever been. And there are things that exist that they can't even do right now technologically.
how does that prove this is a simulation?
It doesn't. That doesn't in it within itself, but it's whole cyclical nature of the whole situation. They telling us this is the most advanced, and it's clearly not.
Okay, the no evidence argument. Simulation theory provides no testable predictions that differ from non-simulation reality. If everything we observe can be explained by ordinary physics without invoking a simulator, the simulation hypothesis is just adding an unnecessary layer. In science, unfalsifiable explanations are considered weak. Occam's razor, don't multiply entities beyond necessity. Bostrom's trilemma is not really a trilemma. Nick Bostrom's O3 argument is often summarized poorly. Critics argue that the math only works if you assume advanced civilizations will want to run ancestor simulations. They will run many such simulations. Simulated minds count as real minds in probability counting. Each assumption is contestable. If any one is false, the argument collapses. And I was saying this to you before I even saw this last week. That's an assumption that an advance, you can say as above, so below, but something more advanced than us will move just like us, that they will have the same motivations that we have. Like that they would want to run simulations, that they would need to run simulations.
Well, the fact that we do means that it does. And that is a simulation, but as above, so below. I mean, it is an assumption. But this whole thing that we're dealing with is an assumption.
So they're dropping nuclear bombs on each other.
Everything you said was assumption.
So they're dropping nuclear bombs on each other.
They at some point nuclear bombs was dropped, and the proof is the sand. In places that it was tropical. There's proof that it was tropical, and then there's proof that it's sand now.
We're talking about advanced civilizations.
Yes, that had to do nuclear explosions, that had wars that.
But if they're running the simulation, they're not in this simulation with us. They're outside the simulation.
They're not the people running the simulation. The simulation is cyclical, and it runs the way it runs. And the people in it ain't controlling it.
That's what I'm saying. So the advanced civilizations. So in this case, the advanced civilizations would be the ones who are running the simulation.
Yes, and it is us outside of us. This we volunteer to come into the simulation.
but it's an assumption that they will want to run
assumption,
right, and that they will run many such simulations. It's almost like the ego of man.
Yeah, I mean, but Sims runs and it keeps perpetually growing and going. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's a whole system that so-called man has made that is very similar to this.
Okay, the computational impossibility argument. Simulating an entire universe with quantum level accuracy would require, these could be assumptions, more computational resources than the universe itself contains. For example, a single cubic centimeter of space has 10 to the 99th possible quantum states. Simulating even a body or a planet faithfully is computationally astronomical. Unless the simulator uses cheats, the numbers don't work. Even if cheats exist, like rendering only what observers see, there are problems. Quantum entanglement doesn't behave like a graphic engine. Interactions don't simplify just because no one is looking.
Okay.
I'm just reading I read all the pro stuff. I'm reading the counter stuff.
Well, I understand. I hear you, but the counter stuff is in my personal opinion, the bullshit that is filled in so people can be disqualified from information that is purposeful to their existence.
The physics continuity argument. Physics appears extremely smooth and continuous. Simulations usually show artifacts, discretization errors, rounding, pattern repetitions, limits on resolution. So far, we have found no evidence of pixelation, boundary artifacts, or quantization in spacetime, even at Planck scales. Quantum discreteness is not pixelation. Consciousness doesn't map cleanly to computation. Some philosophers argue consciousness may not be computable. If subjective experience, qualia, requires biological or physical substrates, not symbolic computation, then a simulated brain might behave like it feels, but not actually feel. This breaks the assumption that simulated beings count as conscious observers, which undermines probability arguments for simulation.
Ridiculous, asinine, and stupid. And this whole premise, everything it said, disrupted and countered its what it said. In my personal opinion.
Okay, why would they do it? Simulation theory assumes advanced civilizations would want to run trillions of ancestor simulations or realistic universes for research. But this is an anthropomorphic assumption. Advanced life might be uninterested in simulating primitive beings. Simulations might be illegal, unethical, or resource wasteful.
Hey, Sam's is a game. You understand? This simulation could be to advance knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through simulation of experience. Knowing everything and experience are two different things. Because I've been taught a lot of things, and when I experience them in physical practice, it ain't the same as what I was taught.
Right, but if you're looking at a computer simulation, you're not experiencing it.
You are, if you are immersed in it and you don't have all of your factors and all of that. If you are attached to this by senses that we are using for that. All right, let's just look at people that are they are attached to the computer by all these attachments to their physical thing for us into this simulation. They say we got these senses, and they also say that these senses are illusions. That our brain interprets these senses, and it, yeah. I will never ever convince someone that doesn't think that this is a simulation. I'm not even trying. I'm just.
Do you think it's a computer simulation?
Not computer per se. I think it's above a computer.
Well, infinite regress. If we're simulated, something else I argued, what about our simulators? Are our simulators simulated?
I think I don't know. It's very, very possible and probable.
And their simulators, are they simulated?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of levels. I think. My personal
Is there a
opinion.
base reality?
There is.
We're just not in it.
No, I don't think so.
And I feel like you're letting them take away your power.
No, we got way more power than this in the base reality. My personal opinion. We can control and do way more in this than we do.
So the people, the bots, the computer simulated game has more power than the base reality. So when I play Madden, the characters on Madden got more power than me.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say that we are the creators of Madden. We are not we got way more purpose than a video game that has been created by us. We have way more dominion than that. We can do way more than that. And that's what I'll say.
All right, I'm almost done. So either there's an infinite chain, lots of simulations, or reality eventually bottoms out. But then why assume we're not in the base layer? And that's ultimately my question. Why assume we're not the base layer?
I've had too much influence and control from me personally.
Influence and control over what?
Still being here.
So you're assuming you wouldn't have that control if this was base reality?
I'm almost certain I wouldn't have that in base reality.
Okay, simulation theory doesn't solve the what is reality problem. It just pushes it on and upward. Misunderstanding of quantum mechanics. Simulation theorists sometimes claim observer effects, quantization, probabilistic behavior imply simulation shortcuts. Physicists disagree. Quantum weirdness is explainable within existing physics. Nothing requires an external computer. This is category error, quantum information, computer simulation. The lack of purpose argument. 9. Simulating a universe with billions of galaxies, billions of years of history, quantum level detail, just to simulate humans is absurdly inefficient. It's like building a planet sized computer to run a Tamagotchi, whatever that is. Unless the simulators are unimaginably wasteful, this makes little sense. The simulation hypothesis is not falsifiable. A hypothesis that can't be disproved can always adjust itself. Simulators hide evidence and explains everything and nothing. It's not scientific. It's a metaphysical possibility, but not a scientific theory. Bottom line, Simulation theory is interesting, but the strongest critiques are no evidence, not falsifiable, requires questionable assumptions, computationally implausible, doesn't fit known physics or consciousness research. It's not impossible, just not compelling scientifically. Yeah. All right. So I just gave both sides of the arguments. You know,
Eloquently.
yeah. I mean, I'm just reading off the AI. The AI is going to be, but some of that I knew it consciously, intrinsically. These are the questions I've been asking.
Yeah.
I'm just not the type to listen to these white scientists sit back and tell me, oh, it's a computer simulation, and if we can simulate, then it's almost impossible for us not to be in a simulation. I mean, the odds are. That's the magic, bro.
Well, I agree with that part, but when I've been through personal experience, a personal experience is, something that's different. Like,
No one has said in base reality that people don't die. People have always passed away.
Yeah, I mean,
how does that make it a simulation?
I'm still here. But whatever, I understand.
People are resuscitated all the time, bro. How does that make it a simulation?
My personal experience. So no one could ever, feel that or know that.
I mean, there's other people who've had NDEs, and they don't come back and say this is a simulation.
That's them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I've been here several times, but this is me. No one is me. No one has ever been me. No one will ever be me. And my experience is what it is for me.
Right. So the fact that you came back convinced you that this is a simulation.
I actually knew it before that, but that I was able to challenge. Never mind.
Well, that's what. Let me go to something else. I got the video. All right, let's see here. It's gotta be here somewhere. Okay.
I can only speak from my experience while I've been here, working on achieving my best self.
100%. All right, y'all, fair use.
Born again, basically, 3 or 4 months ago, that you found a place where, and I'd like you to explain this to me, the toad. I'd like you to explain the toad to me.
Do you understand the toad?
Is it like ayahuasca?
No, it takes you to another level. Ayahuasca is nothing compared to this.
Is it called DMT?
Wow. Yes. The toad, and it's in the Sonora Desert and has a venom in it. And you smoke it. Once I tried
that moment, you're talking about like you come to and you are altered. You are altered and it stayed.
I don't know. I wake up, I'm happy, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I think, what the really happened? Yeah.
Really?
Had no idea.
So sex, cocaine, championship belt, those weren't happiness?
Nothing, no. It lasts forever, but it was only 15 minutes. But it felt like hours. And it was frightening.
Because of that ego thing, because you realize you're small all of a sudden.
Yeah, once I realized that I'm nothing, I realized all my fancy clothes, my big clothes.
Can you explain to me why it makes you emotional just talking about it? Because I imagine the reason it makes you emotional is because for 4 decades you've been trying to find happy, man.
When you think you know everything, and then you realize you don't know anything. That's a big awakening. You can call it growth or you can call it divine intervention.
You do realize you're talking about the toad like someone would talk about God, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's God. I'm not going to put nothing in the same breath as God.
Can you explain how it changed you?
It was just the death of your ego. Now when your ego died, I felt so naked and afraid at that particular time because that's all I really had when you really think about it was my ego.
That's interesting because your ego served you too, or in some of the ways that other people would measure success.
Oh, no doubt, 100%. It made me that guy that I really wasn't interested in as I got older, but that made me a very special and famous person.
What can you tell me about how that ego was formed?
They was both high.
Well, it all started with Customized. I never knew what an ego was until he expressed to me what an ego was and how successful, the most successful people have the biggest egos.
I believe he will be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
And I just believed what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And everything he told me was right. Everything he told me gave me success and gave me all the power that I thought I ever wanted.
Did Cuss give you any of the tools to shut off the ego?
No. Why would he do that? All the only thing that I had was my ego.
Is that the first time you felt sort of love and safety?
100%, yeah.
I can say honestly, I have a very deep affection for him, I do. And he gives me the motivation. I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success. Because I will not leave until that happens.
He was my right-hand man from the beginning till he died.
Was he already champ when he died? 1 year later.
Yeah. I didn't want to let Cuss down. He's the only guy that believed in me.
The only guy.
That shit wild, bro.
When you look back at his love and that discipline, have you had another love like that in your life that felt like that? Because that was the first time you felt cared for.
I love Cuss as a father, but Cuss is really like a general. And you have to listen to the general. You have to believe everything.
You were a soldier.
You have to believe everything the generals say is right.
Mm-hmm.
Can't second guess it.
But do you now look back and be like, I could have gotten a little more compassion here?
I wouldn't have the relationships with my children that I had with Cuss. No, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so happy that I did have a relationship like that with him. I wouldn't want it to change any other way.
Was there any joy in your childhood?
I like him, but joy when I made Customado happy.
So that was it. That's what love felt like, succeeding for him.
Relationship.
Making him happy, accomplishing, feeding your ego, and then your ego becomes a monster.
Yeah, big time.
Completely.
And did you realize that your ego was a problem as you were climbing up?
No, my ego gave me everything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
How could that be a monster?
What was that like, to be the youngest heavyweight champion? Did you get to enjoy it? Or was it just pressure, leeches, trust problems, betrayal, that everything that came with money and success after?
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. I was groomed to be Goliath. I wasn't groomed to be David. Even though I was small, I was the David guy because I'm smaller than everybody. But I was groomed to be Goliath because I'm so insecure. I was a monster because that's all I really knew. And that's all I wanted to be because I was the most successful fighter. But the way I was promoted, I'm Goliath, I'm a killer.
I don't agree like that.
Nobody's gonna feel sorry for me.
Setup.
Yeah, Ali wasn't like that. He wasn't no monster.
It was a setup. And Ali had, he had family. He had
the nation.
He was brought up. But even before that, he had family. Mike Tyson was not like, he didn't have
he was on the foster system.
Yeah. He's on a whole different, he was following, a whole different people. He wasn't following the Ali work. He was Sonny Liston. He was looking at Sonny Liston as as someone to follow.
How is DMT consumed, and then we get to where we need to be?
Various ways. It's smoked. There's some concoction where it's put together with a couple of roots and some process, and it's drank, and those are the two main ways I know of.
Yeah, I didn't know you can mainline it.
Oh, you can smoke. You can smoke. Did I say smoke?
Yeah, you said smoke.
That was first, wasn't it?
I think that's supposed to be the best way. Well, according,
it's the less harmful way to the body, because like the ayahuasca, like it's a much shorter process, so it doesn't, like ayahuasca, it's got to go through the whole system. You drink.
Yeah, guy, you puking and shitting on yourself.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's probably more holistic though.
I think you usually get more out of it. Like I heard Mike Tyson talk about he did like the DMT, he did like 10 of them in a row or some crazy shit. Well, that probably would be taken care of in the ayahuasca. Costa Rica. Costa Rica.
Oh, okay.
Ayahuasca ceremonies. Yeah. I know I figured out. Yo, check it out. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know that we leave no doubt. Self Love Show. Explore everything that you need to know. As far as we concerned, play with fire, you get burned. And you know how we go in our. We do it for our people. To expose and no equals. To rewordsmith 9 mils. You know how the story goes. So we got some very edutaining videos for you to check out. And we will be back to expand the conversation. We love y'all.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
the Aganowski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. And He's going to rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find even in the desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
Definitely. So, okay, I saw this video that alleged that it was you involved in this crazy ass shootout. What was that situation? Maybe it might not have been you. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was me.
Okay, but that wasn't related to any of the cases that you caught? Well played. Okay. So
was some of my research, at USC. I did a survey. The question was, do you think that Jesus Christ was of African descent or European descent? Overwhelmingly, over 90-something% of the folks said African descent. I said, then do you think his ethnicity matters? They said, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm saying, it matters obviously to somebody.
It does.
Absolutely. And it matters to white supremacy. But whenever there's a book called The Color of Christ, the saga of race, I think in America, they track when, most people say, well, this is something out of Europe and, who was that? Michelangelo painted,
Yeah.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with why Jesus is white. Jesus is white because of America. Jesus is white because of white supremacy in the Klan. That's why Jesus is white. That's where that comes from. It didn't stick in Europe because they knew better.
People are concerned about the words they use. The reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how Black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America. You do not get to do that just because you are a woman, an immigrant, gay, Hispanic. No, the rest of you can go F yourselves. No, this is for Black Americans. We seem to have forgotten them. It's not a rainbow coalition.
Various groups, feminist, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortion. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. Wait, can I just say, what have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
Hey, Cleveland, you better hide the markers from your kids. Somebody colored in your Jesus.
Somebody colored in your ass with too much ass, fat ass.
That even the local news is ultimately both written for and controlled by a unified source, regardless of the network. Just watch this clip and you'll see how bad it really is.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media publish things simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't equal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
Tory Wordsmith, 9 Mills.
The Self Love Show.
You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show. If you don't know, you should act like it, because we show improve every week. We make the groove happen, slapping all y'all upside the head with an action. Love y'all.
It's the Self Love Show.
Wake up.
The Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show.
Yes, sir.
And no equals.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
Tory Wordsmith, 9 Mills.
The Self Love Show.
You know how the story goes. It's the
Self Love Show.
All right, let's push it on, bro. What is Danny Goler's DMT Laser Experiment? You familiar with that?
Yeah, that's people that take DMT and they have a laser at a certain frequency. I could look it up, but and it produces a matrix type of code that people see. And they have introduced in this blind experiment, they don't tell them what to see, But people involved in the experiment pretty much see the same thing. But it could be, right? Well, what you focus on? Never mind.
Yeah, back to the DMT. There was one dude, he claimed he would do DMT and he would see this entity, a female entity. And they were always, he gets the sense that that's his soul tie, like they knew each other for life after life, forever, thousands of years.
Yeah.
But he said his homeboy came by. His homeboy did the DMT, and his homeboy told him, whatever the lady said her name was, told him to tell the homeboy where he at. She ain't seen him in a while. And he said he had never shared with her, with dude, any of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, come on, bro. We are awake where we think that we are using all of the senses that our brains use to interpret the pictures and everything that we have. And then we know that we sleep. And I mean, this physical log, whatever this vehicle is unconscious. And our consciousness is not sleep. We're somewhere else.
Yeah, what you call a physical lump, I call my temple. But I understand where you're going with that. Yeah, so yeah, it could be.
It's a temple. I don't mean no disrespect. I mean, it's a
you said what you
temple.
said.
It's still a vehicle.
Yeah. Now,
temple is a better descriptor.
Well, I mean, to each his own.
No, it's a better descriptor though. I will, and I'm a wordsmith, and I know how these words are spelled, and I was, using it in a different way, and I will agree with temple. That's a better descriptor.
But it could be. So the guy was low. So say if you're doing a DMT and I had that experience and I never told you about that particular lady and I'm lighting up your DMT pipe, it could be that he was right there on him within his space to where where they became one. Do you know what I mean? Where their consciousness kind of started merging. Yeah.
We're all connected, and this whole substance is
it
is a base connection.
Yeah.
It's a base connection. It's like psilocybin, and it's like these trees. It's like this connection that's I want to say universal, but not universal. It's part of this. Yeah, universal to the simulation.
Yeah, like we're in a solution.
It's all these communications that we all are the same being. That's what we really gotta realize while we are in here.
Yeah, so the laser experiment, it's a self-styled psychedelic test where Goler smokes DMT, or the subjects, while staring into the diffraction patterns of a red laser. He claims that under the influence, hidden characters and symbols appear in the laser's cross-shaped reflection, which he interprets as evidence of a code of reality. Danny Goler's DMT laser simulation experiment is a self-styled psychedelic test where he combines smoking DMT with staring into the diffraction pattern of a red laser, 650, what does this say? nm, projected onto a wall. He claims this setup reveals a hidden code of reality, which he interprets as proof that life is a simulation. Now, give you a quick background on Danny. He's a Russian born, so he could be a cosmonaut or
Yeah, whatever.
What's their spooks called over there? KGB.
Yeah.
He could be a cosmonaut of KGB, but he's a Russian-born psychonaut living in LA with over, I gotta look him up. Go do his experiment. With over 7,000 reported DMT experiences. Damn. Since 2010. Damn. He describes
damn near every day.
Multiple times a day. He describes forming relationships with entities encountered during trips. He had an epiphany in 2020 while at a Thai restaurant in Boulder, Colorado. He conceived the idea of combining DMT with laser diffraction. His project, sometimes called Code of Reality, has attracted a following of more than 180 people worldwide who claim to have witnessed similar phenomenon, doing the same type of test because, he told everybody how to do it.
Facts.
Now,
even if he didn't, I mean, shit, there is some
he's got to tell them how to do the experiment for them to do it.
Well, they claim from all of what I've seen is that they just tell them that they are going to, and now it's out of the bag for sure, but that they are going to take this and they're going to look at that, and then they say what they say. They didn't tell them what to expect.
Yeah, but there's a way you got to refract the laser. There's to actually conduct the bones of the experiment, you got to tell somebody what to do. Like if I'm telling you how to make cocaine into crack, I got to tell you.
One thing is telling
recipe.
What to do, not necessarily what to see.
Right, I never said that.
No. If you're telling somebody how to make crack, then you're telling them what to see. You're telling them everything. And I'm saying what I heard, and it's not no experience that I've ever had, but what I heard, they said they didn't tell them what to expect to see.
And I'm not saying they told them that.
Okay.
I'm saying they told them you point the laser this way, you use this color laser, you know what I mean? You get down on your knees and you look in this way. I got video of him doing the experiment, which I'm gonna show. But you have to show. You got to show somebody self-love how to do the damn experiment, or else what are they going to do? How are they going to know what to do? I'm talking about independent people doing it on their own.
Right. And were they doing it by themselves?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So if you have somebody on the other side of the world who says, I want to do this and test your results.
Was somebody doing it with them, or are they doing it themselves?
Somebody not with them. Somebody on the other side of the world doing an independent study.
I'm talking about somebody on the other side of the world. Did somebody do that with them, or they're
by themselves? That's the reason why you would have to tell them how to do the experiment, because they're doing it by themselves. If you're with me, you wouldn't have to tell me how to do the experiment because you're going to be there with me.
It could be somebody else there to do it with them. Is what I'm talking about. Not. Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. The core idea. Goler smokes DMT, often through a vape, while focusing on the cross-shaped reflection created by a diffracted red laser beam. So you'd have to know that in order to simulate this test.
Absolutely.
Under the influence,
somebody else them helped them. That was my whole different not on the same page part.
Yeah.
So you know.
Under the influence of DMT, he reports seeing katakana-like characters, which is Japanese scripts embedded in the laser's diffraction pattern. Interpretation. He believes these symbols represent the underlying source code of reality, akin to the cascading green script in the Matrix. All right. How did he? Well, we just said how he came up with the idea. Let's see something. Hold on, y'all. We got a short video. No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, he wasn't leading them into what they were supposed to see.
Right. That's all I was. Yeah.
One of the most important things to pay attention to is that you're looking through the laser, not at the diffraction things to pay attention to is that you're looking through the laser, not at the diffraction pattern that falls on the wall. So even if you're sitting 2 or 3 feet away, like we're seeing here, you want to be looking at beyond the light, like you're looking through the window versus looking at the surface of the window. Also notice how wide the diffracted pattern of the laser is on the wall. People that choose lasers that are produce this thing that just looks like one line, that's not wide enough for you to see anything because you're looking beyond the laser, not at the surface. So it will be too thin, too narrow of a crack to look through, so to speak. You can come closer like this, and I would recommend to cover one eye so the light doesn't hit your cornea. And then you would be looking from the side. From the side is better because you get a separation of the layers inside. You want to stay on this task for a little bit until you start seeing structures emerge. If you still don't see anything, you can actually come to the side of the wall, like so, and try and look at the edge of where the light becomes visible from the side. This weirdly makes it even more coherent. One extra emphasis I would give is that you want to stay with it until you start seeing digits. The separation between just seeing the structures and seeing the digits is total. When you still see the structures, it's possible to imagine that these structures are due to the influence of DMT in your brain while you're looking at a stochastic pattern. But when you see the digits, this hypothesis becomes much less tenable. You will notice some motion. Stay with that motion. The digits are usually much smaller than people expect. So keep looking until you see actual digits running. Numerals, and what seems like Japanese katakana characters. If you're using a glass of water like here, what you can do, you can either look into the glass of water, into the little reflections that you can see inside the glass. And then what you want to do is to mimic the gesture that we do when we go a little bit cross-eyed, which you will notice is the same gesture that your eyes are doing when you're trying to look beyond something. It's also very similar to what we have to do when we're trying to look at a magic eye image. To anybody who's not familiar, the magic eye is a visual illusion that we put on a two-dimensional paper, and when you do a certain thing with your attention, you can all of a sudden see a three-dimensional image in there. But it's embedded in there. It's designed to do that. And the gesture you do with your eyes, if you're familiar with magic eye, is very similar to what we're trying to do here. So either we're looking at the glass directly and we're trying to expand those little reflective patterns. You will see some glistening portions inside the glass, and what you want to do is to expand them by doing the magic eye gestures with your eyes. And you will see the code running inside very coherently. Another option is to look at the light that hits the wall after it's been additionally refracted through the glass of water. So now we have a diffraction and a refraction pattern altogether. You want to be looking at the area after it passed the water, which is different than the light that hits the wall directly.
Very different from
Something
what the video
about
said,
the
but they
refractive
didn't
index
say
of water that makes what we see in the laser even more coherent. It's not clear what yet, we're working on that, but that's the case, and it can help people who are having a hard time seeing it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like, so now you're seeing the code, the source code allegedly, once you're looking through that, once you're doing what he was just showing.
Once he told you what you're looking for.
Well, he told you how to look. You ever been daydreaming and you're looking at something and then it starts looking different. That's what he's saying, how you got to be looking at it. You can't be using the sharpness of your eye. You got to kind of just let it go. Like keep looking at it and it just,
yeah, that's,
well,
this whole, I'm going to say it. I know you don't feel the same way. This whole simulation, if you subject yourself fully to the programming, and it's hard to not do because, goddamn, they bombard us with it from birth. my humble opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's they said like if you look at anything, for instance, anything in your room, your microphone, and if you look at that and keep out of your conscious mind what you're looking at, that label. So I'm looking at this, I know it's a microphone, but if I stare at it long enough and don't, because every time you look at something, if I show you something, your mind's gonna automatically, oh, coffee mug, watch, and then you're not seeing it anymore. So they say if you start, yes. So if you start practicing not to name it, not to label it, I see you, Tori. You know what I mean? But just look at you. They say once you start labeling and naming something, you'll never see it again. So I've been practicing that, bro. You look at this and you think, oh, computer mouse. But if you look at that and just start looking at it without labeling it and naming it, you're going to truly start seeing what it looks like, as opposed to the whole concept of computer mouse.
Yeah, it's not a mouse. It's just a tool to do what I needed to do. Just like a wrench or whatever.
Yeah. It's funny you say.
Same difference. That's the thing, but it's not.
But
I don't. I just put in the category. It's not even a name. So, well, I guess I did. It was a tool.
Yeah. It's a spell of his language. Okay, but what is he reporting seeing? I think we kind of covered it. Glyphs, alien symbols, geometric codes, and he interprets these as fragments of the simulation script, like glimpsing the source code or looking at the code of a video game you're playing. How does mainstream science view his experiment? Big science.
Big science has hallucinations. It's just crapulous. No way that it means anything.
Who was this guy? What school did he go to?
He smokes DMT, for God's sakes. So what's going on?
Did he go to the Ivy League? No.
I doubt it. Otherwise, he would be raised. No, he's probably still wouldn't, because
he'd be getting more notoriety though, like Ivy Loeb.
No,
he'd kind of think he's wacky, but he's still out there.
This is something they don't want out there, I think. So I think that he's being diminished.
Yeah, but you said it right. Neuroscientists explain the visions as subjective hallucination caused by DMT's strong agonism at serotonin receptors. The laser diffraction pattern itself is a well-known optical effect, not proof of hidden code. From a scientific standpoint, the experiment is metaphorical rather than empirical. I don't know.
As most spiritual energy that we have brought upon the place.
And I mean, if everybody's seeing code, like, okay, if I did DMT and I'm having my trip, you're having your trip. But whenever somebody points a laser at something and I'm seeing code and everybody's seeing it, 9 out of 10 people are seeing the code. I mean, you're talking about shared hallucinations now?
No, we could be talking about programming.
Right. But they're trying to push it off as, like they say when 100 people say they see a spaceship, mass hallucinations. Now they're saying shared hallucinations, which probably hasn't been proven in science.
No, it hasn't. So this, and I'm feeling is like, it's part of the programming. This particular subject that we're
So big science would be like the what was that in the Matrix? There's the guys wearing the black suits. The agents.
In the Matrix? Yeah.
Yeah.
the propaganda pushers. And
Yeah.
everybody that was against the propaganda, they eliminated.
Yeah.
Yes, agents.
Yes.
We absolutely live in a simulation, and it is.
That's him there, but hold up. Fair use.
Well, absolutely live in a simulation.
Well, yeah, that's your boy. That's Gola.
Hidden in the fabric of our reality.
We are.
I don't know if he's my boy. I don't know. That's not. I don't. You know. No. It's
living in a computational world.
This man says he found a code hidden in the fabric of our reality.
There's millions of characters. They're moving all the time.
A code that may prove.
I mean, am I gonna listen to somebody who's done DMT 10,000 times?
I've never done DMT, so I can't talk about the expression or doing it. You know what I mean? So I will not co-sign or deny anything anybody they've done.
But he don't have that meth or that crack look on his face. You don't have to.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
You know, I
The
mean,
world is not what we
not
think.
my experience.
It
so
really
I can't.
feels like you're looking through a microscope into a whole new world that you never knew existed.
What is the true nature of the world we live in?
What is it really? I'm claiming we're about to find out.
But see, they came out here and did
Discovered
a
a technique to see into a different layer of reality.
I am the discoverer or the claiming discoverer of a unique phenomena in that it is a repeatable experiment that people can do. I'm not suggesting that people should do it, but it
See, if we can get a hold of some DMT, we could try it ourselves.
just happens to be the case that if you ingest DMT and you project a diffracted laser on the surface, you will see what seems to be a self-executing code of some sort in the surfaces where you project the diffracted laser.
It's not just letters that you see. There are geometries that present themselves. It makes it easier for multiple subjects to see the same thing at the same time. So I can see that geometry and I can say to you, are you seeing this tetrahedron like in this position over here? Yes. And can you see the characters that are over here? Yes. Okay. What are we? Let's match these characters and make sure that we're seeing the same thing.
Hold on.
Danny and his business.
These are people that's doing it together that are saying the same thing.
Yeah, but that dude there is his business partner. But yeah, there's just different ways they're trying to test it. It'd be like if me and you did it, and I'd be like,
Right,
"So,
right.
are you seeing this?" And
Right,
you're
right.
like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I'm saying they're saying the same thing. That's okay. I think okay, I didn't understand that all the way. I know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, bro. Like, you know, they're trying to say mass hallucinations.
No, I know about the mass hallucination and shit, but I didn't know.
Well, they're trying to say trips. They're having the same trip.
Yeah, no, that don't happen. So okay, play.
Business partner Carter are having others participate in the experiment to gather as much information as they can about
We could set all this up.
this phenomenon.
The real game here is making sure that we're setting this up for the maximum odds that someone is going to see the content. So it will work up against like this foam sort of material in this particular Faraday cage, but the real ideal is to use something that has like a not too reflective surface, but a very matte surface. And this one seems to be set up pretty well. So we're gonna set this thing up. So
He's gonna put his eye out.
Give people the best odds of success.
You know, give a fuck.
I met Danny and Carter at Falcon Space,
Falcon Space.
a lab in New Jersey.
New Jersey, he ain't in L.A. If that was in L.A., I would have pulled up.
Researching alternative propulsion methods. Mark, the owner of Falcon Space, and two others were going to take part in Danny's experiment to
Makes up the real world is actually computational. It's like the Matrix, but in reverse. It's the opposite of what is shown in the movie. So in the movie, we're in the Matrix, which is the computational world. It's the fake world, and we're trying to get back to the real world. In reality, the computational world is the real world, and we are in a subset from that real world that we call real, physical, but it's actually just a tiny subset in a much larger computational space, much larger operational space.
Total bullshit.
But for all intents and purposes, the state that I'm occupying inside is not one of thinking that maybe, but one of absolute knowing. We absolutely live in a simulation. And it is simulated by another civilization. It's not just like random laws or something like this.
No, it doesn't sound like me.
Absolute knowing.
Huh?
Absolute knowing.
I never exist in absolute knowing. I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know.
The idea that we're living in a simulation has been explored by science fiction for decades.
That I don't know. Okay.
Philosophers have speculated on this subject for thousands of years. Plato's allegory of the kingdom attempting it. That is the DMT component.
He claims if you put the laser in different, say if you see different codes depending on what the laser is looking at.
Well, depending on how you're looking at the laser.
Yeah. And so it's different code for different things. And then some people said when they looked through the laser, one person said they saw something looking back at them. Almost like another dimensional being. You imagine you sitting in your living room, like some of the stuff, I don't know, man. You could be just going into somebody's dream state, but somebody, they said a humanoid type entity came and looked, it's like you sitting there and you see a laser on your wall or something. They said it was like that. It was more curiosity than fear from the other entity.
No doubt.
Could be DMT.
Well, DMT is a natural substance, and it's in the body naturally, and can really be totally enhanced and advanced through meditation.
Dimethyltryptamine, which is what DMT stands for, is a neuromodulator. Your body makes it naturally. We don't exactly know what its function currently in our metabolism, but there's recent studies, for example, one by Dr. John Dean with rats. He discovered that they have comparable amounts of dimethyltryptamine in their intracranial liquid to dopamine and serotonin during waking hours. What this means, in simple terms, everybody knows what dopamine and serotonin are. You have certain amounts of those in the blood and intracranial liquid every day, and they're responsible for a big chunk of how you feel and everything. It is the same average amount of dimethyltryptamine in your intracranial liquid, or at least for rats, how you feel and everything.
My goodness, yeah. The people that look like him, yeah.
Look like him what? Have the same amounts of dopamine and serotonin in their brains?
No, they deal with damn, am I that fucked up? I thought I heard him say something about some rats or something.
Yeah, he did say rats.
And comparing us to them, I'm saying it's them. We don't have that same.
It is the same average amount of dimethyltryptamine in your intracranial liquid, or at least for rats, as dopamine and serotonin, which means it plays some fundamental
No, he said for rats.
They're responsible for. Everybody knows what dopamine and serotonin are.
I'm saying that
you have certain amounts of those in the.
All right, I got you, but I'm just saying he didn't say that.
Everybody knows what dopamine and serotonin are. You have certain amounts of with rats. He discovered that they have comparable amounts of dimethyltryptamine in their intracranial liquid to dopamine and serotonin.
So, comparable amounts of DMT to dopamine and serotonin, not to humans.
During waking hours. What this means, in simple
to
terms.
them, what's it comparable to, or why is he even
the DMT is? They have comparable amounts of DMT in their brains as they do. Let me just play it back.
To what? I mean, to
serotonin and dopamine.
Yeah, to who or what? Why is it relevant?
He's comparing the DMT levels to the serotonin and dopamine levels.
of humans, right?
No, he's comparing the rats' DMT levels to the rats' serotonin and dopamine levels.
For what purpose?
If you hear him out, he'll explain.
Yeah, it's comparing them to humans.
In their intracranial liquid rats, he discovered that they have comparable amounts of dimethyltryptamine in their intracranial liquid to dopamine and serotonin during waking hours. What this means, in simple terms, everybody knows what dopamine and serotonin are. You have certain amounts of those in the blood and intracranial liquid every day, and they're responsible for a big chunk of how you feel and everything. It is the same average amount of dimethyltryptamine in your intracranial liquid, or at least for rats, as dopamine and serotonin, which means it plays a fundamental role somehow in your...
So it's exactly like I said. It's for them. That's what he's saying. He's comparing it to them. And
well, he's alluding it, but he can't scientifically say it. So
average amount of dimethyltryptamine in your intracranial liquid.
In your intracranial liquid, and then he caught himself, and then he said, "In theirs."
At least for rats.
At least for
as
rats.
Dopamine and serotonin, which
so,
means it's
we use rats in science, because you can't do the test on humans. So yes, that's but he's not saying it as fact.
Yeah, and I'm saying that what any of his comparison is comparing it to them. Is all I was saying the whole time.
Fundamental role somehow in your way of experiencing the world. What it's actually doing, we don't know. It's a very simple molecule.
Hit pause. And I have said on numerous occasions that we are not the same species. And this is why I'm saying that. And I'm also going to say at the same time that this is my opinion and not the opinion of TATN.
And when you smoke it, so you add more to the system, the feeling is that you're perceiving more of what reality is. Like there's more channels open up. Like it's almost like it's responsible for perception itself. That's what it feels like. Now that's obviously speculative.
As Danny mentioned, DMT, when ingested, alters the subject's perceptions. Because of this, it is considered a hallucinogen and psychedelic drug. The United States classifies DMT as a Schedule I controlled substance, often accompanied by visiting other realms and even seeing entities.
There you go.
Intense mystical experience
ayahuasca,
during spiritual
practice. We got to plan this, bro.
Ayahuasca is traditionally administered by curanderos and shamans during spiritual practice for healing and visioning. Many users of ayahuasca report intense mystical experiences and spiritual revelations, often accompanied by visiting other realms and even seeing entities. It's experiences similar to these that led Danny to develop his experiment. How did you come
And because my experiences with DMT was operating by some rules, it has geometry, it has a topology, it has this now almost 4 years ago. And so far, it's still all we know.
So Mark didn't see nothing.
It looks like you're looking into a giant room.
Listen to this.
So tiny things moving around. It's almost microscopic in the beginning.
Yeah, so small.
Yep.
They look so far.
We go to the whole test because he's listening.
I can see the depth now.
Yep. So now look into the depth. And then see if you can resolve anything of the little tiny things moving around.
So he should just shut up.
It's almost microscopic in the beginning.
Yeah, so small.
Yep.
It looks so far. It looks like you're looking into a giant room. There's green and black dots everywhere. It looks like a giant sphere, is what I'll say. It's just like... And then as this moves, that doesn't move. It's like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I'm looking through a window. Best I can verbiage it.
Looking through a
All right.
window. It's your computer reference.
That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
The room Tom described certainly piqued my interest. But part of the technique to view the code is to diffuse your focus, similar to viewing an autostereogram like the popular Magic Eye posters from the 1990s.
Yeah.
This makes me wonder if the depth or room in the popular Magic Eye is much more. And when he entered the Faraday cage, he indeed claims he saw more than just a room.
I'm just gonna kaf lamed mem shin ein resh aleph. It's all the Hebrew letters that I'm seeing kind of appearing. So there's definitely someone in there. Let's just make it clear. Someone lives in here.
Someone in there.
This is someone's home.
As I'm sure you can imagine, that last statement made me take notice, and is a topic I definitely wanted to hear more about.
One of the things that we prepare folks who are going to do the experiment for the first time for is the fact that there's a non-0% chance that an entity will appear in the light itself.
Really?
And so far, in my experience, it does not appear to be intentional. It feels that it might be accidental. As in, we may be shining
Over
a
and
light
over
into a
it's
space where
accidental.
these entities
Really?
may just be, and we just happen to be shining a light in who knows what. They're all.
What was that?
So over and over it's accidental.
Office or their house, or I don't even know. But when they tend to notice it, surprise isn't the right word, but interest is the right word. Like they tend to come and they want to like look at the light and see what's going on with the light typically. But definitively, entities do occasionally appear in the frame.
All right. If y'all want to watch the
At
rest
first,
of this,
the claim that entity...
you can see it inside the DMT Laser Experiment, searching for the simulation source code. I'm going to put the title, I'll put the link into the chat.
For sure.
If y'all want to check out that video for more. Yeah, man, the entity, bro, like these could be demonic entities too, for all we know, messing around.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the simulation could be introduced with a lot of that, and not from what I think it is. Base reality could be too, because I mean, we have a whole system of beliefs that have been labeled and put upon us, the religions and things of that nature, and spiritual things of that nature as well that has been put as a practice.
So does this prove your simulation hypothesis?
No.
Is it more evidence?
It could be considered a piece of evidence. It's, a lot of descriptions of sacred geometry that has been processed as uh, reality or base reality.
Yeah,
or,
sacred geometry, platonic solids,
Yes.
Hebrew, Japanese characters, alien
Yes.
writing they claim, which is probably just ancient text.
Yes. Yes. That's yes. Yes. All right. Well,
I think it's
same
stuff that's in
page.
the ether.
All of it's in the ether, bro. You know, and the ether, the whole thing of the ether, I think that's the simulation. I think that's process of the simulation allows adaptability. They, talk about the Constitution or whatever, but I think that's what they're really talking about.
Why do you have to be using DMT as a catalyst for such an experiment?
Because this whole experiment is here to experience and not have control or to snatch away the veil. Everyone here, in my personal opinion, came here to have some experiences that will elevate the consciousness of our whole situation, especially since it's in the lowest decline of what can be expected. So it's our duty, and we all supposed to bring what we have uh, spiritually motivated to the situation so it can go on its upward journey to the highest principles ever.
But the DMT in the experiment, you're saying is just to lift the veils.
Oh, it just snatched the veil away, from my understanding. And I think I'm gonna have to have an experience myself from people that I know personally, as well as the uh, so-called evidence of people with their personal experience.
Power of suggestion? Could this just be?
Could be. Like, hey, that is a very compelling answer, but when so many people have experiences beyond that, it has to be discarded as any evidence or things of that nature.
Because somehow hypnosis lifts the veil.
Oh yeah, 100%. Hypnosis can 100% lift the veil, and for that matter, some of the confrontations or evaluations or what we think is real or not could be false evaluation. But we as a people, especially our foundational Americans, are people was exploding and growing beyond measure. That's why we tried to help other people that came here, but they was on some bullshit. And time will tell about how we excel. And we're going to have to hear about these Siberian Bering Strait crossers anymore.
So could these people all doing these tests, could they all just be tripping balls?
And the simulation you thought is possible, but it's really not probable. Our people are our people, and they present what we need to our people. And everybody else can take it, leave it.
Yeah. How DMT Laser Experiment works and its effect on the simulation theory. I mean, if you're looking at source code, someone would have to. You'd have to somehow, some way, somebody's got to be able to go in there and record that source code and simulate that on a simulator on a computer and see what it comes up with. For me to believe that or use this as some sort of evidence towards proving simulation theory, right? They're looking at it. They should be able to write down these characters and everything and then put it in the AI or something and figure out what this stuff means. If it turns out, oh, this is binary, then we might be talking about something. If it was all binary code, zeros and ones, of course, quantum computers don't work like that. So,
no, of course they don't.
No.
Zeros and ones is nonsense. And I mean, as far as
modern science, yeah,
effective and being,
yeah,
you're dealing with quantum science.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the little guy over here, he might be mad that his lady used to, never mind. But he come over and he be the product. He can't be mad at someone that just, box something off for security purposes and investigation purposes.
I don't know what we're talking about here, but anything else to add on this topic, bro?
Love, honor, respect.
Nothing else to add?
Just love, honor, respect.
All right. Yeah, I'll give my I'm like you, bro. I'd have to experience this for myself to give it a little more credence. Should be possible to set that up. Just got to figure out, because laser pointers are easy to find, easy to buy at any hardware store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the DMT. You got to find a plug.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I honestly don't know how easy it is to train the frequency of the laser. So
yeah, you just need to refract it somehow. I'm sure it's not hard.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And get two so that they cross each other. And I find it ironic that it's a cross. Find that a coincidence. It won't work if the lasers don't cross each other. I find that weird. So yeah, that's all I got, man. Let's jump to this poll results right quick. Interesting poll, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Will the Bears make the playoffs this season? Well, no need in giving our answer because good number of respondents and everyone said absolutely bear down. Everybody's on the bandwagon at this point, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody's on the bandwagon. I should have asked this question at the beginning, before the first game, and then compared it to the data now.
I thought you did. I answered.
It seems like I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, we were asking something about it. I'm gonna have to go back and check through all the posts. But you're right, bro. Maybe I did. I hope so. But nah, man, I picked the Bears to go 10-7. The mouthpiece included aggregate was 10-7. But we wasn't sure that 10-7 would be enough to get you in.
Yeah, for sure.
But the way it's shaking out, 10-7 will get you in.
Well, especially the wins. I mean, because there would have to be some tiebreakers, and you would have them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of there's a lot of parity in the NFC this year, and the Bears ain't. And look at their schedule remaining. When you go through and look at all those playoff teams' remaining schedules, including the Packers, including the Detroit, they got games. They playing playoff schedules.
Hey, bro, if Nails, aka Caleb Williams, hit wide open people, which at some point he's going to do, he's going to hit all these people. those bad throws, it will be a murderous rage.
Man, that offensive coordinator is scheming them up, and we got great
Yes.
receivers who know how to get open. They getting open, bro.
Yes.
And they thirsty.
Yes. When that happens, the Bears could beat every team. Period.
What was up with the delay of game, man? What the fuck is wrong with him?
Same shit when he just decided to loaf getting out of bounds and took a fucking hit. And he
Yeah, he's sashaying. Wasn't he sashaying? That motherfucker slowed, wasn't he?
He was like, oh, okay.
Wasn't he? Nobody's gonna hit me. Ace and Diesel.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, bro.
Ace and Diesel don't understand my point of view. What I was saying, like you, Self. I'm like, man, no, this guy's got to bust his ass and get out of bounds. If he's on the field of play, I'm gonna hit his ass too.
Yeah,
as hard as I can.
As he should. That was a great defensive play,
wasn't it?
I mean, yes. If you could hurt that motherfucker,
and the Bears are lucky they didn't throw a flag. You know, yeah, he loafed, bro. He sashayed out of bounds, bro, like he was a veteran. And then they said, I'm like, well, if that was Aaron Rodgers, if that was Brady, well, they earned that shit. This is some sus.
Nobody earned that. If you do that shit, you get your ass hit.
That's what I said. You still in the field of play. It's always been like that in football.
Yes, that was dumb.
Both his feet were still in the field of play.
Yes, that was dumb.
And the fact that he saw this guy running over here at full speed and did nothing to protect himself.
And slowed down to get the hit.
Oh, man, that was my take too, bro. I mean, I would have been upset if somebody would have hit you like that. But come on, man. That's football. They're out there. They're not playing sarcastic ball. Yeah, that's football.
I still hope my team would act like that, but I hope I wouldn't be a stupid motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying, man. The learning message should have been to him.
As one of the most important people to be on the field.
And when they asked him about it, he didn't even acknowledge that self. He didn't say, well, I learned my lesson, and I know next time I need to get my... No.
I wouldn't either to the public.
You wouldn't?
Not to the public. I doubled down, so they thought that was going to happen again.
He's always on. Yeah, just say it won't happen, man. He sashayed, bro. You know he can run faster than that. You've seen him run faster than that. Yeah.
I'm running.
Man, I'm going to get my nails done tonight.
I got gray and brown and shit. I ain't even wear bear colors no more.
Yeah.
I got blue and orange and gray. And
Ace and Diesel was arguing me down, talking about that wasn't a legal hit, and then they finally said it was, but they said it was unnecessary roughness. I'm like, man, this dude, we playing football, man.
That was not unnecessary roughness. The rules say
football play.
You son of a bitch. That was rule. I couldn't get all the way to you, but motherfucker, take this.
Man, that's like somebody sashaying into the dorm room, Self. And you got somebody sashaying in there. You know what I'm saying?
And Diddy was there.
Yeah.
And Diddy was there.
Yeah.
Diddy was like, come on over here, take that.
Yeah. You sashaying in there and you supposed to be hauling ass.
Happen.
Right. It's your fault. That's your fault.
No, we all kill him, man. That's the problem.
And it makes somebody want to hit you harder when you ain't taking the whole thing seriously. You know what I'm saying? It makes somebody want to hit you harder when you're not taking this serious. That's why that safety hit him like that.
Yeah, I have no reason to know why he hit him like that, but I did enjoy seeing it. All right, so I'm tired.
Hold on, you got the. Hey, I enjoy seeing dude tackle him too, bro. In the end zone with the fumble when he just laid the ball down. I enjoyed the hell out of that. I did. I enjoyed the hell out of that. All right. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the hosts and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. As we close this exploration of the DMT Laser Experiment, we return to the central tension between perception and reality, simulation and base reality. Whether viewed as a scientific probe, a mystical ritual, or a symbolic metaphor, I never met a four I didn't like, the experiment challenges us to reconsider the boundaries of human consciousness. It suggests that the mind is not merely a passive observer, but an active participant in shaping the patterns we call real. Simulation theory provides the framework for interpreting these revelations. If our world is coded, then entheogens and lasers alike become tools for debugging the system. Momentary cracks in a facade that let us glimpse the architecture behind the curtain. The experiment's effects remind us that the line between science and myth is porous, and that both can serve as lenses for decoding the hidden script of existence. Hold on here, Jim. Ultimately, the DMT laser experiment is about proving or disproving simulations theory, then it is about expanding the conversation. It invites us to imagine reality as layered, symbolic, and participatory, where consciousness itself is the key to unlocking deeper truths. Whether we're living inside a simulation or simply inside the vast theater of the mind, the journey of inquiry is what illuminates the path forward. Stay curious, stay informed, stay aware, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay true to self. Also, love yourself and others around you deeply. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for copper colored culture. Silence is violence, and continue to question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. Peer down those rabbit holes and do your own research, but use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, well, the abyss stares right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. All right, we did have a riddle. We did have a riddle, ladies and gentlemen. So today's dome teaser is a beam. Okay, a beam that bends the unseen code through mind's prism. The patterns explode. Is it light or is it dream that proves the world's a scripted scheme? Brother Wordsmith, what's the response? You got the Riddler over here. Brother Wordsmith, is he there? All right. So the response is the DMT laser experiment. That's the answer. The DMT laser experiment. All right. Next week, 12/2, December 2nd, 25. We do have a guest, scientist. Stacy is coming in the building. Stacy Miner. We had the privilege and the pleasure of having this young lady sit with us about 3 years ago, but unfortunately that show was deleted. So we do want to get this data out here. She dropped some jewels and some major bombs as well. Be nice to get an update on what this member of the Give Back gang has been doing with herself through the interim, the last couple years or so. All right, and y'all can catch us Sunday right here on TATN. Mouthpiece included. Mouthpiece included. TATN. 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 Better guard your grill. TATN. That's where we talk spotty tricks That's a fusion of sports and polytricks, which is only observable when the superposition only collapses when it becomes observed by you. All right, so that's what we're talking about, polytricks. Anybody can pull up. The link is always pinned into the chat. But if you do pull up, do not forget to bring your mouthpiece. All right. That brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's going to be Wordsmith's final words out there. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're going to have Wordsmith. So we'll end it with Cartman's final words out there. Ladies and gentlemen, Cartman's final words out there. Big ups to Cartman.
It used to be so fun. What has happened to this place? I don't recognize it anymore. It used to be so fun and special. What is life worth living for? The dream is dead, our land is gone. There's a hole in my heart and I can't go on. There are too many minorities at my water park. This was our land, our dream, and they've taken it all away. They just keep coming and coming. Minorities. I tried to go and tell the police, but even the authorities are minorities at my water park. There's no place for me to sit anymore, and the lines just keep getting crazier. There are Mexicans all around me. The lazy river has never been lazier. It's a 40-minute wait to go down one slide, and the instructions are in Spanish on the zip line ride.
Jale sus brazos y piernas dentro del paseo.
Just do it in English. There are too many minorities. Too many at my water park. Somebody do something. Where did they all come from? Why can't they leave this land alone? And it's such a tragedy. Feel a bit like dying. We look the other way too long. We've got to change our priorities and get all these minorities out of my water park. Minorities, Mexicans and Asians, black people. I think I even saw Native American. Gross. God, I'm asking, please get all of these minorities out of my water park. My water park.
Carbon's final words, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everybody popping out today. Appreciate y'all 1,000,000%. Karen, can you take us home, Karen? Take us to the crib, Karen.
The walls are like pink, but they're not pink. They're all the...
Do you think you are the one? Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must stand
Know
together.
thyself. I will eat the right foods that I
Go myself.
the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I
Grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole
On my health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
in the code and all the scriptures, potions and elixirs. Hope
Come on, Karen. Bullets are boomerangs.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed, ego, fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see.
Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spitting at your average hard here to bring you back to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, just hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro.
Got mine.
Same, man. Stop snitching on y'allself. Take school serious.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.